Top 5 weakest Genshin Impact characters in the lore.
By weak, I mean if they were to fight a monster, how much would they struggle to beat it? So, not like a potential strength or something. Also, none of these characters are weak in the lore, just that others are stronger.
Also, this is just my speculation, and not the actual facts. Now let's begin. Honorable mentions. They could maybe be on this list, but there is just not enough information on how strong they really are. Venti. Yes, I know he is an Archon and all that, but he has said that he got weaker, because he didn't want to rule Mondstadt. How weak? We don't know yet. Maybe it's as weak as a normal vision holder. Also, this Signora thing happened and Venti barely fought. I am not exactly sure what happened there. Maybe he wanted to lose on purpose or something. Also, his job doesn't involve fighting at all, and he is very allergic to cats. Hu Tao, only because she says it herself, and how she doesn't like fighting, only viewing it as means to put an end in certain situations. This also explains why her attack animations doesn't seem as skilled or as serious as Xiao's or Zhongli's. Yanfei and Yoimiya could also possibly be on the list, just not enough information on how strong they are. For number 5, it's the shining idol of Mondstadt.
Barbara's here.
She is here because she specializes in just healing others. She isn't the type to charge in the front to fight the enemies. She is only in number 5 because in her hangout quest, we can see that she is capable of fighting, claiming that she is still a vision holder and can protect herself. Her sister is Jean, and I know this is very speculative, but I think she secretly watches her train and try to imitate her fighting moves. She probably gets tips on how to fight from different adventurers, because many of them go to her, like Bennett for example, for healing. She lacks actual experience though, because her job doesn't involve fighting, and she doesn't go out and explore too much outside of the Mondstadt city. She did go to the Golden Archipelago's islands. So yeah, that is why she is in number 5. For number 4, it's...
I'm Sucrose, a researcher of alchemy.
We actually haven't seen her strength at all, and she doesn't mention anything about it. She doesn't have much experience on fighting, and doesn't use her vision to get stronger and fight monsters. She uses it mostly just to help her in her alchemy research and experiments. She is very timid and shy, so I doubt she will try to do anything flashy or fight too much when battling a monster. She mostly just cares about alchemy and continuing her research, but it is also a positive because she researches a lot about the different types of monsters, so she would probably know what their weaknesses are and what is the most safe and effective way to fight them. She also apparently just carries the anemo hypostasis in a glass as like pets, which would probably be enough to stun the enemy. She might also just carry different dangerous chemicals, who knows? But when that eventually runs out, and then there is still an enemy, her best choice is probably just to run away. Her gadgets and experiments will help protect her, but when it is gone, she will struggle a lot to defeat it. So yeah, this is why I placed her in 4th. For number 3, it's...
I am Qiqi. I am a zombie.
Most people would probably place her in 1st for being the weakest in the lore. I thought so too, because she forgets everything. But she actually has incredible strength, despite her size. In the chance that a monster attacks her and she remembers to fight by reading her notebook, she will be able to protect herself and destroy the enemy. But this is just a rare occurrence and she will likely forget, so I placed her in the number 3. But under the right circumstances, she might be able to unleash her adept-type powers and activate her incredible strength. Now, she still has many weaknesses too. First, like I said, she is very forgetful and have to write stuff in her notebook to remember. Sometimes, she even forgets to read her notebook. Second, she has to give herself orders that she has to fulfill and can only be stopped by hugging her. And third, she is likely very fragile and light, so one big gust of wind could probably make her fly away, making her increased speed and strength slightly useless. So, that is why I placed Qiqi in the number 3 spot. For number 2, we have
Diona, bartender of the Cat's Tail.
She is here because she is a child and is likely very fragile. She also works as a bartender and doesn't practice fighting or gaining strength at all. She got blessed by the Spring Fairy, but she didn't get any increased strength or special power from it. She got the ability to make every drink she makes taste good though. Diona's father, Draf, is one of the best hunters in Springvale, so she probably taught her some survival tips and how to hunt. With her having the Cave Slain ancestry, she is really good at infiltration, archery, climbing, and dodging. She immediately knew and mastered these skills. She also has the rare ability to be able to see well in the dark. When faced with an enemy, Diona would try to hide, then shoot the enemy with arrows, trying to make them tired and annoyed. But when the enemies find and catch her, her success rate of winning suddenly decreased a lot, because she relies on being sneaky and strategic, waiting for an opening. She doesn't specialize on fighting and is fragile, so she will probably lose if fighting a monster, unless the monster is the industry. For various reasons, I placed her in the number 2 spot, when face to face with an enemy. I wonder who the number 1 will be. It might really surprise you, because it's a 5-star character. For number 1, we have
Bennett, leader of Benny's Adventure.
He is here because this dude's luck is incredibly bad. I am not even gonna be surprised if one of Timmy's pigeon manages to beat him. Before he could attack, there would probably be an extremely rare geoturbulence, making the ground tear apart and him falling. When he reaches the bottom, suddenly in front of him is an angry Ageha. When he manages to hide and try to escape the cave, he sees an entrance at the top, but then suddenly sees things falling. Then, he soon realized that the things falling are just Klee's bums, just a normal day. He immediately runs away from it, and manages to dodge and escape it, but soon realized that the fallen rocks blocked the exit he saw on the top. Most people would give up now, but not Bennett. He climbed the rocks to hopefully reach the hole that Qiqi blew up. It was extremely hard, but he had determination. He is very close to reaching the hole. But unfortunately, Ageha started growling, making the rocks shake. He had to hurry because the rocks will collapse. He grabs onto the hole with his one hand, then the stones falls. He is relieved to be safe, but unfortunately, Timmy's bird appears, and it finally decided to take revenge on his fallen comrades. Well, that got a bit put off topic, but anyway, his bad luck will find a way to screw him no matter how good he is at fighting. He has gotten used to all the injuries and bad luck he has got. But the universe will still find a way to make him lose. It can even control the weather. So, yeah, that is why I placed him in number 1. But if it's like total strength, not in combat and fighting a monster, he would definitely not be on these list. Speaking of that, I made a list for that too. Here it is. This video was surprisingly harder to make than the strongest character in the lower one. I want to know the things you agree and disagree with on this lists. I want to clarify that this rankings are nowhere perfect, and would probably change depending on the perspective. That is the end of the video. Subscribe and like. Bye.